We just get news that all conferences are agreeing on a playoff format for the future. Well, there was an article that came out that was centered around the SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey that hinted at all the conferences kind of want the same format. But there are some hiccups or some road bumps that they have to go over before all conferences are fully on board. So you might ask, what playoff format do they all love? Well, they all agree that the 5+11 format is the best format. And that is you get 5 conference winners, so one from each of the Power 4 conference, and then the best group of 5 winner. And then you get the 11 next best teams, or as they would say, at-large teams. And yes, this is for the 16-man playoff. Well, then you might ask yourself, well, what are these road bumps that you were talking about? Well, the issue is centered mostly around the SEC. All these conferences want the SEC to play 9 conference games. They currently only play 8. A lot of them pick up a cupcake game late in the season. And the SEC agrees they will play 9 conference games, but there's a big caveat to this. They want strength of schedule properly evaluated, at least when talking about these 11 at-large teams. The SEC is already the toughest conference. Even with 8 conference games, they have some of the toughest schedules in the country. So if they had another conference game, they want to make sure the committee really evaluates this. So let's say a Big 12 team over here goes 10-2 and have the 70th ranked strength of schedule, but an SEC team over here goes say 9-3 but has the 5th strength of schedule. They want that evaluated. They just don't want the committee blindly looking at records. So what does all this mean for the future? Well, there is a bunch of meetings to come still. They put the deadline at December 1st when they want to have this finalized. And at this point, it's kind of the SEC and Big 10 versus everybody else. Because the Big 10 and the SEC want to try to make it a Power 2, where everyone else wants to be included in that. The big thing we're going to look at is how the committee will decide these at-large teams and what parameters they'll put into place for that, because that will decide everything.